The economy is still a concern for a lot of people, and now there's worry we might be headed for a double-dip recession. So how can you make sure your nest egg investments, it's still going to be there when you need it? Ray Levitri is a certified financial planner who has people come in and ask him that same question every day. What has people worried right now?
Well, the biggest worry recently is that the market's going through a lot of volatility, lots of ups and downs, and that always creates concern.
Do we have cause to worry? Should we be worried?
In the short run, it's tough. In the long run, I don't think we have any cause to worry.
Okay, give me an example of someone, you know, one of your clients who is doing it right, doing something right.
Okay, I have a client who has about $500,000, and we've simply invested that in a way that she doesn't have to worry.
And you use the 3-bucket method here, right?
Exactly. So essentially what we do is we just split the money out based on when it's going to be spent. So in bucket 1, in her case, she needs, we put $50,000, which will cover her expenses for the next 2 years. Bucket 2 has money that she won't spend, and she will spend from years 3 through 10 roughly. And bucket number 3 is money she won't spend for 10 or more years.
And so you divvy it up just like that according to, and if someone has more, obviously they're more in each bucket. If they have less, there'd be less in each bucket.
Exactly.
But the whole idea is to separate it in 3 separate distinct buckets that each have a different, is it a time frame that you'd be using to draw from that bucket?
Yeah, a different time frame and a different investment associated with the bucket.
Okay, let me go back to the 3 buckets. Tell me where each one of those dollar amounts should be invested. How should we be investing in those 3 buckets?
Okay, well, bucket number 1, because we're going to spend that money right away, we invested in investments that don't have a lot of risk. So that's money that's invested in money markets, CDs, checking savings, bank accounts. If the stock market goes up and down, it doesn't affect that part of the portfolio.
So that won't affect it at all. What about bucket number 2?
Bucket number 2, that money, we can take a teeny bit more risk, and that money we put in bonds. And typically we'll buy bond mutual funds, 3 to 4 of them.
And in the final bucket?
The final bucket, we put money in that we're not going to spend for 10 years or more, and we'll typically buy 8 or 9 stock mutual funds. And when a client calls and they're worried, you know, what about the stock market? I just heard something on CNBC. Should I be worried? I say no, don't worry. The money that's in the stock market's money you're not going to spend for at least 10 years.
So if someone has those buckets spread out like that and they call you and say, hey, I'm freaked out, you tell them not to worry about it.
Yeah, exactly. I say, hey, we've positioned your portfolio already to handle these problems. And consequently, you don't need to worry, and ultimately, you shouldn't have any anxiety.
Yeah, it's going to take care of you, so you don't have to worry about that retirement when you get there. It's all been spread out for you, and it's going to be okay. If you're getting close to retirement, and if you've got concerns about the economy, Ray has written the book that you really need to read. His book is called 20 Retirement Decisions You Need to Make Right Now. It's got some great answers for you. So if you are 50 or over, go to his website, networthadvice.com, and click on the button that says Contact Us right there over on the side. The first 50 people to request a book are going to get a free copy. If you're not over 50, you can still get a book, just can get it at a discount there. So it's a great way to plan for the future and plan for your retirement as well. And Ray can be watching out for you. Thanks so much for stopping in, Ray.
Welcome. Thank you.
We'll be back with more in Studio 5 right after this.